We got Cure versus Dream. They are playing in a loser match right now in our GSL style group phase number 2 in this tournament of the pro circuit. Whoever loses this best of 3 will be going home. After fighting so much and so harsh in the first group stage, losing in the second group stage as the first person, that is gotta sting. But one of them has to go home here. Well, interrupting ad to go to the game. What is happening? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. I know you would have loved to see that ad, but we're just gonna have to. We're just gonna have to. Don't worry about it. I'll try to bring it back at some later point in time. Oh my god, a double gas opening. All right, it seems like things are going very TVT-like. Here we are. In the top left side, we got ourselves a Dragon Phoenix gamer man. He is Cure. His opponent in the bottom right side, the Red Terran. And also going for the double gas so far. So both of these players playing it safe. He is from Brave Star Gaming. Dream. Dream has been able to impress me more and more recently. So we'll have to wait and see if this is going to be another one of those times, or if Cure is going to prove a little bit too much for him. Let me actually see at the previous runs that these guys had in this tournament. We've had Cure, where is he? Alright, yeah, Cure, he managed to beat Jaun twice with a 2-0. And that was enough for him. He also lost 0-2 versus Rogue, but you know, that was in the winners match, so that was okay for him. Afterwards, going up against Jaun again. For Dream, Dream had to go up against Zest. He lost against Zest, then he went into the loser match versus Armani. Managed to beat Armani, and then afterwards managed to beat Zest in the decider match. So they both actually had to go through the loser match into the, well, actually the decider match, right? Both of them had to go to the decider match. Cure didn't go into the loser match. He just went into the winners match and he lost that one. So, you know, different type of loser there, in a way. It's a less painful type of losing because you don't have to play in the loser match, which is just, you know, so straightforward. Is Dream favored here? I don't think so. I don't really think so. I think Cure still going to be the overall favorite because, you know, it's Cure. Right, Cure probably still the player that you would anticipate winning these types of things here, but Dream has been impressing me more and more. So I'm just saying that I wouldn't be surprised if we get a upset happening here, and you know, I have a hard time maybe even calling it an upset at this moment because Dream has been doing so well lately. Cure TVT online usually top stuff. Yeah, that as well. That is a good point here from Cynical. I mean, already it looks like he's going to be able to do quite a bit of pressure on his opponents here. Forcing him back up the ramp with those Hellions right there and the Reapers. Okay, one Cyclone is going to be able to make quite a bit of a ruckus, but 4 workers do go down. Reaper goes into the main base though. Let's get that scouting going. And it doesn't get to see too much, but still all good. Still all good. But yeah, definitely Cure. I would call him the favorite here. Bit behind on the army supply overall right now, but that is all neglectable, I would say. As soon as a Dream reaches the other side of the map, that is going to be tied up right here. Or at least with the amount of forces that they actually have available. And then Defender's advantage, of course, within TVT is so incredibly powerful. It is absolutely absurd. Unless if one of them doesn't go for siege tanks. It lessens a little bit, but still quite a significant advantage if you do have those the defender's advantage with the siege tanks already pre-set up. Alright, so Cure going for that third base here. Sometimes in TVT things can go a little bit dry in a way, right? They can slow down quite a bit. You have the early harassment with the initial units. And then if that doesn't finish the game, which usually it doesn't with 2 players going for the double gas, We get into this other space in time for TVT where both players sometimes sit back, relax, because they realize, right, as we've mentioned, the defender's advantage is so incredibly strong that if there's only one pathway of realistically attacking, unless if you're dropping, right, so those are the two ways you can really get an attack going, it's very easy for your opponent to just already be set up defensively. And the one thing you can do is just kind of wait for like a third base, a fourth base maybe, and then get everything going that way. DreamHack Finals hype! Hell yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing what's gonna go down right there. To engineering base here, already available for Cure, as they are still on the way for Dream. Some pretty reasonable spreading out of the units here as well, looking for anything peculiar coming across towards them. There's that third base for Cure already on position. Slight advantage again to him. It is really just a razor's edge slightness though, like nothing can be really called in TVT for a long period of time. What's up, W333D? And Peon Poo. Come on. What are these names, guys? What are these names? Peon. Alright, hello, Peon Poo. Goblin. W333D. Alright, we have a big fight going on here. I think Cure may just win this one. Oh no, the other turret's coming in time. Sorry guys, I failed to really hype that one up here. Yeah, Cure being pushed backwards. Alright. I was not anticipating him to really fully commit. I thought he was just going to try a little bit of a poke. And see what's going down. This is bad for Cure. Yeah, it really is. But, I mean, again, defender's advantage. If he is set up at home, maybe it's going to be a bit better. The one scariest thing here, I would say, is that there's still a Raven available. No interference matrix, though. So, a bit of a saving grace here for Cure, perhaps. It needs to get those siege tanks into siege mode, though. It needs to get those siege tanks into... Okay, there we go. Raven about ready with a interference matrix. A third siege tank does come into play as well. And Cure, what is he doing? Is he setting up a surround for the enemy's attack? Or is he going to try to just roam around to intercept any reinforcements? Maybe just go straight into that natural, or the natural third base. The natural third base, that's how people call it, right? Exactly. Okay, Cure is going to have to keep scanning here. Because he does not have the air dominance. Oh dear lord, that is a quite a daring move coming in for Dream here. He realized he's being pressured on the back foot, so he's going to try a bit more of a gambler's move. He does have the air dominance, and now he has 4 siege tanks. Actually, make that 5 siege tanks in the main base of Cure. Cure still being able to do quite a bit here with the small amount of marines that he has available. Will he be able to get more SCV damage dealt? That would be a good one for him, of course, obviously, as he is losing quite a bit at home as well. He's going to lose a lot of his production facilities. Has a siege tank set up, is not mining efficiently from one of those gas geysers here either. The attack with the marines is getting not quite handled just yet. Medevac's pretty good at keeping marines alive when there's only a small cluster of enemy marines as well. Alright, siege tanks for Cure. Looks like they will finally be coming in here and shut the drop down. Now as the dust settles, we're going to have to take a look at the units lost tab to see who actually got out on top here. I think... I mean, it looks like it could be Cure again, right? looks like he is in an okay position. Both players going for the 4th bases. Boy, hold up, there's 6 mules available for Dream right now. That's going to be a ton of cash coming in. Kjør did have to do a lot of scanning after all because he did not have the air dominance. So that is definitely coming into play as well. And I mean, 7 mules is a lot better than having 9 SCVs above your opponents. Alright. There's the double upgrades right here. The 2-2 upgrades. Can't wait for the W33D upgrades, of course. 3-3, always the best. Alright, so things calming down again here a little bit. We do have some harassment coming down for Dream. Should not be making this move though with this amount of Vikings here. Has to boost away as quickly as possible. Losing one of the medevacs regardless. Over here, Kjør perhaps trying a little bit of a similar thing. And is going to get spotted out there by Dream. So will not be going that way anymore. Where's Dream gonna take this right now? Slight disadvantage with the upgrades for the time being. It really is minuscule though. Small window of opportunity here perhaps for the blue Terran, but it is only 1 upgrade. And siege tanks definitely can make up for that. They will make up for that. Both these players now adding in a lot of starports. That is kind of the way that people play TVT right now, of course. A lot of Vikings, a lot of Ravens. And then just going ham with those 2 units. Both these players going for the 5th base. Again here, I mean, we're in a position in TVT, right, where It is a bit of a stalemate. Neither of these players feeling comfortable killing each other. Not feeling like they are going to be able to kill each other. There's just some slight harassment here and there. But again, the glass cannon type style that you have with the Terran army. It is so incredibly dangerous to do too much harassment. That could be killing yourself. Because you're just throwing away too many units. Too many resources. And we go. There's still a good clump of Marines on either of these sides. Look at this. Look at this. Now, they both know that this is going to be a likely base to be taken here by their opponents. And Kjør is actually floating something over there right now. I think Dream is going to take the other base before he's going to take the one on the 7 o'clock. Alright. A lot of command centers on the way. Now, how do we break this, right? So, I mean, I think you just need to go into the air army right at this moment in time. Whoever manages to get the air army successfully acquired and then gains the air dominance, most likely is going to be the person to take the W here. So let's take a look at the overall Viking count then. 13 versus 15. Both have 4 Ravens. So a slight advantage here towards Kjør, but then again, he is at a disadvantage when it comes to the Marine count. They are still able to just stim underneath the Vikings and take them out like a knife through butter. Alright, interference matrix here on the 2 siege tanks. The siege tanks for Kjør, trying to get as close as possible. They do have range on top of one another. The initial shots here for Dream landing on top of the Marines instead of the siege tanks of his opponents. The siege tanks for Kjør no longer in range though. The Viking versus Viking battle is going to commence. These siege tanks for Kjør will be able to still rotate around a little bit so they can get themselves into range of this planetary fortress. That's exactly what they are going to be doing. Dream not in time with making the same adjustments here, so bit of a leg up for Kjør at this point in time. Dream, is he going to try something similar here on the other side? Does not look like he wants to commit to this. And this planetary fortress in a lot of trouble. Ooh, careful with those siege tanks right now. This is why you want to have more Ravens with this air army as well. So you can just throw down a bunch of auto turrets right here. Or even interference matrix all these siege tanks, right? That on its own would be such a absolute game-ending move. But then again, if you fall behind on the Viking numbers, then all of a sudden your Ravens may not be able to do as much, because they're going to get killed before they do anything. So it's a delicate balance here being made. Dream ahead with 1 Raven for the time being. We only have 4 Ravens for Kjør on this location, but probably 2 more on the way right now. There they are, making 2 at a time after all. But having those 17 Vikings, that's the big deal right here. If he gets those in between the Ravens and his own siege tanks, that should be a decisive blow, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. Gets even the siege tanks there with interference matrix. Very, very good fight there for Kjør. Shaves off another portion of Dream's army here. Now still a scary position for Kjør. Good Raven usage can still turn this around. This is a game where you are continuously just absolutely stressed out, trying to figure out exactly what your opponent is doing. Because one slight misstep, one step of your opponent that you didn't see happening in time, can cause you to lose most of your siege tanks. And potentially lose a base because of it. Start a snowball, and all of a sudden there's a force of your opponent that you're just incapable of beating anymore. Unless if you, again, catch your opponent off guard, start a snowball, and get it rolling into your favor instead. Kjør on the left side as well with a reasonable force. A good amount of siege tanks here as well, though, for Dream. Ready to try and take a fight there. Well, that's a nice one. Little clean engagement right there for our Red Terran. Gonna be able to take out the siege tank on the right as well. A lot of interference matrices going down, and there come the siege tanks looking to take on the siege tanks from Kjør, and there's the auto turrets as well. That is the Raven attack that we were looking for Dream here, and he should be able to now push into this base and take it out, unless if there's a lot of Marines and siege tanks coming in for Kjør on the back side of things. The siege tanks for Dream, where are they? They are trying, well, one of them is trying to get in between the third base. Oh, he still has 2 over here, so that is a lifesaver for the time being. He's not going to lose all those SCVs right now. He needs to be careful with these siege tanks. Oh, Kjør unsieged for the time being. So those siege tanks on the back foot here for Dream, kind of working out in his favor somehow. I thought that was just a missed waypoint, but now it's looking like an absolute pro gamer move. Gets rid of all of the Vikings of Kjør here, and the Ravens and the siege tanks. So also the planetary fortress, by the way. Kjør on the back foot all of a sudden a little bit. And oh my dear lord, there is the transition battle cruisers. Are going to be operational momentarily here, guys. Are going to be coming in for Dream as Kjør lost most of his Vikings, right? He has 6 Vikings right now. I suppose that is still pretty good. He has 8 Vikings right now, and he still has 5 Ravens as well. So he's going up to 8, actually. He's definitely kept that production going here, and that should bring him in a very, very good fight, actually, against these battle cruisers. One wrong move in TVT, that's right. One wrong move in TVT, and you need your opponent to make a bad move again as well. That's the thing. Alright, so I do still believe in the strength of the Ravens here and the Vikings of Kure. I think that has a good opportunity to deal with these battlecruisers, but the battlecruisers only going up to 4 for the time being, which is, I would say, a very good call for Dream. He's going to be able to do a bit of harassment here. Does he have Yamato cannon? No, he doesn't, so he's just going to aim to kill off the SCVs for the time being. Kure feels like he is pressured into this attack right now. A lot of those Ravens under a bit of pressure. Vikings trying to get as much as possible. This planetary fortress here for Kure as well now may actually go down, but Kure finds some of his own salvageable for this game, I suppose. Is going to get that orbital, trying to claim the rich Vespian geyser base. But Dream now ahead with a entire base here, and actually teleporting the battlecruisers right on top of the siege tanks right now. What a move, what a move. This is what you want to do, right? The battlecruisers force the Vikings and the Ravens away, and then you just TP right on top of the other side of the field and join up with the rest of your army. Is coming in here for the time being. Let's see the interference matrices, mostly hitting the siege tanks, but those battlecruisers are pretty good against Marines as well. Just microing backwards and dealing a lot of damage so far, but Kure, does he just have too much right now? Has he finally been able to start the steamroll rolling? He's been able to get this going into his favor enough for the time being. Still a lot of siege tanks here on the top right side, not really contributing to the fight here. And that is causing Kure to be able to push this far forwards. Kure just barely holding on here. As well on this left side, again reclaiming the top side as well. This is going back and forth quite a bit. Dream realizing, you know what, those battlecruisers, they definitely did quite a bit. I'm going to invest even more into them. Gets the Yamato cannon. Is getting all the air weapon upgrades as well. The plating, not just getting the weapons. Actually, no, Kure already has the +2 plating as well. Would like to see the +3 plating starting up momentarily. I think that would be a good call. Was there another base cleaned up here? Jeez. Sorry guys, I was just looking at the upgrades there. Alright, so more harassment going down on the right side as well, as we are on the brink of a total war here on the right side. Dream trying to push out with just siege tanks and missile turrets. Don't see that combination of units all that much, but you know what, if you want to have most of your stuff here on the left side, you may as well try to improvise, get something else working out in your favor. Surround siege tanks with missile turrets and push out that way. Good amount of Marines as well, though, from Kure, finding a severely underprotected mineral line right there for Dream. Dream is committing to a fight here when his entire army is orange. The anti-armor missile as well striking the, well, most of the Marines there for Kure. Is this going to be working out into Dream's favor right now? This bottom side is quite a point of contention. These two rich Vespian geyser bases continuously trading hands back and forth between these two players. Which is why I like Dafora so much as a map. It's never quite clear who is supposed to take control of these two bases. And they become a real battlefield, continuously going back and forth. This command center not quite going to get taken out, but forces all those Vikings again to the top right side. Gives maybe a bit of a moment here for the battlecruisers to come in on the left. But there's still so many Ravens here. There's no way the battlecruisers are going to be able to do anything. Actually, the siege tanks all in siege right now. Realizing the Ravens are coming in. Anti-armor missiles also coming in for both players. This is such a absolutely bloodbath of the game. Here we go. Kure looks like he does have the upper hand in this battle for now, but so many siege tanks still in the back remain. Will be able to clean up the ground battle, but the air battle heavily going into favor here for Kure. Kure still having 10 Vikings. Only one battle cruiser remains here for Dream. Dream needs to get more stuff up in the sky for Vikings coming in. Careful with those Vikings landing. Already a lot of siege tanks there as well. Alright, yeah, they do pretty darn good against mechanical units though. Quite a bit of damage right there, especially with the +3 weapon attack. Alright, once again, coming in here for both of these sides. We should take a look at the unit loss tab as well, I suppose. Oh, actually slightly in favor for Dream so far. The trading has been going well for him. Needs to keep that going, of course. That is incredibly close for a match of 25 minutes here. Almost 26. To have the difference be 1,000 here and then maybe 1,500 there. Very impressive. Battlecruiser jumping out again. Trying once more to lure the Vikings away from the main army composition here of Kjør. Still quite a good air dominance available here for him. Although the Raven numbers here for Dream are growing rapidly as well. Viking numbers still in favor for Kjør. And looks like he will finally be able to take this base. It's going to push Dream to the extreme, of course. He's going to have to go in here once again. There's the anti-armor missiles from both players. Actually, no, just only for Dream here. The Ravens of Kjør out of energy, actually. So, not quite able to get what they need. There's the anti-armor missile. Everything clumping up for Dream as well. He needs to get his siege tanks just a little bit further forwards. And that should be enough for him to start pummeling this base with artillery shells. Right, here we go. That base is going to fall again here. Should fall at least, yeah. More siege tanks getting a bit closer. That is going to go down. As we have on the right side, again, still no bases being taken there. Dream wants to acquire this base right now. And yeah, the income advantage here, I mean, it doesn't really matter too much in this situation because it comes down to who gets to control these middle bases, right? That's going to be the person who ultimately will have more money. And you know what? Kjør here comes in with an absolute punching force, but is it going to be enough? The siege tanks just barely will be able to clean up the ground here. Nice spreading out on those Marines. Absolutely beautiful splitting going on right there. And again, this base not gonna be in anybody's hands. Will be once again up for grabs. And it looks like Kjør is just doing a little bit of a better job of taking it sometimes. Taking some money away. This base on the top right side. I'm a bit surprised nobody's been trying to take that one anymore. Really, this is the place where we're just continuously seeing them go back and forth. Oh, this is rather large though. No real Viking count remaining for Dream. No Ravens remaining for Dream here either. So getting rid of this position is going to be very, very difficult to do right now. Kjør gonna send his SCVs across. And Dream, okay, he's gonna go to the other side. It looks like, is that a missile turret? Okay. I would like him to make a sensor tower here as well. Just like Dream is making sensor towers a little bit more so in the middle. It's incredibly important to get this type of stuff going. And there we go. He's going to try to get the fight going on this right side, or at least with the main armies. Does manage to do so. And that should secure his own base here. Oh, a committal from Dream actually. There's not that many siege tanks, so a good catch from him. One interference matrix that was enough to force Kjør backwards, and now all of a sudden with the area towards the bottom left side being opened up, Kjør is maybe leaving his new base a little bit too exposed, but not with those interference matrices though. They will be more than enough to clean up these siege tanks here. A few lost flurries of shots, gonna try to get committed, but that is again not enough here for Dream to get this going. Kjør again here, being able to destroy this base, being able to deny mining from the middle bases as he is just comfortably sitting on those two rich Vespian geysers, on the mineral patches there in the middle. with a significant army lead in the sky as well as on the ground. I think we are approaching the mark of no return here. This is going to be incredibly difficult for Dream to make anything happen here. He is mined out, guys. He is completely mined out. Basically, this is everything he has left. He needs this base. If he doesn't get this base right here, right now, then it may as well be GG right here. Because it is GG right here. Then if he doesn't, and oh my god, just gonna take this base as well. He's just like, you know what, let me just float something over. That is so much reinforcements. GG is called. Cure takes game number 1. Yeah, that is, that's what happens. Oh. Not you, not now. Those ads too eager to play themselves. Alright, very well played there by Cure. Pretty cool game, I have to say. Ah. 31 minutes. 31 minutes of just going back and forth for the 2 middle bases there. Very cool to see. Very cool. We had battle cruisers. We had big siege tank lines being interfered with, and all right. Gonna be interesting to see what else they will be bringing to us for game number 2. We still have a ZVT coming up as well, which also could go the long haul here. So they need to conserve some energy, perhaps, right? Because if they do 2 more like matches that last half an hour, and then they're gonna have to go up against DRG as well, who doesn't shy away from having longer games either, could be bad. Conserve some... No. We use... Conserve some G-Fuel energy. That is what we talk about. Lizard teeth. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Honestly. G-Fuel, man. That's where it's at. Such a back and forth. Yeah, that was a lot of back and forth. Alright. We better be seeing some positive G-Fuel comments in the chat, though, later on. You better bring your A game with those spawns, alright? Bunny gonna get tons of TVC practices. Yeah, man, it's nuts. It's nuts. He should be, that's all he should be playing right now, I hope. G-Fuel good. It's a wonderful pun there, Blade. Thank you for that. Thank you. G-Fuel is good, isn't it? Right. After a grueling match, he managed to get the first point on the board. He's the Blue Terran player. He's from the Dragon Phoenix Gamers. He is Cure. In the top left side, there's a red Terran player fighting for the Brave Star Gamers. He is Dream. What is G-Fuel? G-Fuel is it's like an energy drink, but it's a formula. So you add it with water and you mix it up and you get yourself a little bit of an energy drink, but it doesn't have all the sugars and stuff, so it's better for you. All right, it's actually better for you. It's healthy. Will make you big and strong. It's gonna give you big feet to run with. Like the Popeye spinach. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm pretty certain that that's how they make G-Fuel as well. Just grind down spinach and then... Started, you know, as a child, I never really liked spinach, but I started liking it more and more. Not gonna lie. It also depends on how you prepare it, but it's also really nice because it has such a low cooking time, which is nice as well. But yeah, spinach. Spinach. Shout out to spinach, guys. Only boil 10 minutes, right? I just put it in a pan, and it's even less than 10 minutes. I just bake it. I just bake my spinach. And then put some spices over it and stuff. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Also, you can put so much in a pan, and then as soon as it kind of bakes, right? It seems like you're eating so much, but then it shrinks a lot. It shrinks a lot. So I feel like you've eaten like an entire well, potato sack of spinach when it's just like a little bit of a plateful. You can pack a lot of spinach into an omelette. That's right. That's right. It's good. All right. Anyway, enough spinach. All right. Let's see what they're going to be doing here in game number 2. Game number 2. There are not really any clear bases here anymore that are going to be points of contention. I mean, obviously the base is in the corners, but it is a very different map setup from Death Aura, right? Because if this was more similar to Death Aura, this base would be about over here. Right in the middle of this base and this base. And that would be the base, kind of the Rich Vespian Geyser base. Or maybe even over here, right? In the middle here. So it's not quite clear who is supposed to take which base. But Lightshade, a very clear and dividing line in between these in between these two places here. So if we do go into the late game situation, doesn't quite come down to who manages to take those contesting bases. It comes more down to well, potentially, of course, could still be that somebody is going to be denied a base continuously, and that is still a very good way to win it. But it feels like it should come down more towards efficient trading overall. If we do get to that extreme late game again, which I hope we may be able to avoid here. But we'll see. It's still pretty cool to see, right? The big TVT late game situations. A lot of fireworks go off in those ones. The anti-armor missile, though, it makes it look a little bit silly sometimes. Everything just orange. Okay, setting off the Widowmine right there with a Reaper. Trying to get rid of it now with the Cyclone and the Reaper as well. Maybe a little bit too soon coming in with that Cyclone. Oh, getting a lock on with his own Cyclone right now. Dream actually, I mean, he's getting kills right here with something. What was that? Was that a... Oh, a Banshee. Okay, a Banshee came in. Did get some kills on the workers. But he lost quite a bit of stuff at the front side as well. And he lost the Banshee also. So... Alright, well, it seems like Cure is going to try to take the initiative then. I mean, he did just see his opponent going for the Raven not staying alive for very long, so he knows that his opponent shouldn't have as much on the ground as he does. But is it going to be enough of a difference here? Not entirely certain that it is going to be. We'll have to wait and witness how much of a difference Cure can make this. Trying to set up towards that main base, it looks like. Still has a drop on the left side. There it is. So as soon as he pulls a Dream a little bit towards either his main base or the right side to try and deal with this attack right here, he should be coming in with that drop as well. Let me actually grab that drop on this one so we can jump to it when we want to. Alright, Dream. Is Dream gonna start moving out here? Yes, he is. He has 4 siege tanks. That's an admirable front to try and get some containments with. Oh. I feel like we're gonna go for a fight continuously and then it just doesn't happen. Third base for Dream being denied right now. The drop. The drop goes in. Oh no, drop does not go in. It's gonna go eventually. Haha! No, okay, still not. I feel like I'm gonna miss this drop now, just because, like, I'm gonna be convinced well, it's just never gonna go in here, is it? Still not. Still nothing. Alright, well, Kure is moving further forward. Those are immaculate anti-siege tanks missiles, though. Let's see, also coming in for Kure. Kure's coming in a little bit later, which means the siege tanks will be able to take care of most of the siege tanks of Dream here. Thought Dream should have that one in the bag, but ultimately a little bit too many things happening there as well. Again, I did miss the drop. Alright, GG is called. Dream going to be the first one to be kicked out of here.